A nationwide block party broke out from coast to coast yesterday.
No social distancing, raising alarms. This could turn into a super spreader event.
The country's having a nationwide block party.
The event also raising red flags for its potential as a coronavirus super spreader.
This has been the biggest dance party.
A MAGA rally in West Salem, Wisconsin, a potential super spreader event.
In a sense of jubilation tonight, and that's why they're out in the streets.
The rally risks becoming yet another super spreader event.
I can't get over how warm, it's almost like Mother Nature was cooperating.
In what is shaping up to be the latest super spreader event.
We've seen conga lines, we've seen champagne popping.
And I do watch these events with horror that they are all packed in.
They were just really excited to bring their children here.
Super spreader tour. It hits Florida.
It's kind of remarkable. These people have taken to the streets.
I mean, it's as if in some ways the pandemic has ended, which it has not. People feel that sense of that they want to rush to the scene of where other people are to join in the celebration.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? So it's okay for them, but not okay for us. That's basically what they're saying. It's okay for them to get out in major crowds and chant Biden, but it's not okay for us. Okay, all right, whatever. It's 2020. Wrong is right, up is down, down is up. Welcome to the show. My name is Wayne Dupree. I'm the host of this shindig. And to my left, your right is the smart talker.
The wise one. The wise. Yeah.
Miss Blue Eyes, Leah Bella.
Hey, smart you're looking good today, Snazzy. Looking like a hitman.
That's right. I'm a hitman today. I'm a hitman. And if AG Barr needs somebody, just call on me, man.
Yep, that's your man.
I don't know
there.
the law, but I am the law.
I like that.
Dirty deeds done dirt cheap.
Like, you don't be cheating on my checkerboard. And the brother, Reverend Pastor, Deacon, Dr. Bishop, Mr. Brian Smith. What's up, B?
Been in prayer all morning, in prayer with friends and family. I'm telling you, Donald Trump's confidence is through the roof. And that only means one thing.
What does that mean?
He's tweeting in all caps.
He's right. When he's confident in all caps, that means he's right.
Look, we're told not to tweet in all caps. Do not tweet because you're yelling. That don't matter with Donald J. Trump. It's like it's clicked on, and you best not say nothing until he is tired of tweeting.
Right.
You were like that.
Twitter is tagging literally every one of his tweets with the same Twitter article that there is rare to no voter fraud ever. Trump, you're wrong.
Oh, wait a minute.
Everybody, you're wrong.
We got I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We got something going on with Andrew McCabe here.
Ignoring information because they wanted an outcome. And they didn't lift a finger to investigate a lead from our own CIA.
Mr. Chairman, may I respond?
Yes, please.
Mr. Chairman, what you just said is so alarming that we should have had somewhere along the way a thorough, nonpartisan investigation of this whole crossfire hurricane. Well, it turns out we did. Inspector General Michael Horowitz in December of 2019 found that FBI's crossfire hurricane investigation was, quote, opened for an authorized purpose, had adequate factual predication, and was not influenced by bias. FBI Director Christopher Wray agreed. That isn't what President Trump or Attorney General Barr, or perhaps members of this committee wanted to hear. So they've tried to reopen that independent IG investigation in every partisan way imaginable. And this is the fourth try in this committee. Enough.
Well, with all due respect, Senator Durbin, does it not bother you at all that the CIA tells the FBI of a plan that Hillary Clinton may have signed off on and nobody looked at it?
May I jump in?
Please.
Actually, it doesn't.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why it doesn't.
Look, Durbin didn't respond though.
No.
FBI is an agency of limited and specific jurisdiction. It has the ability to pursue predicated criminal investigations. And I think we've all agreed that a political campaign choosing to tie politically the opponent to a foreign country is not a criminal act.
You should have stopped it with Trump then.
Do that to Joe Biden with China all through this campaign.
Man.
Democrats can do it.
The counterintelligence
Yeah.
investigation. The obvious difference
Okay.
is that the information that the FBI was receiving about Carter Page and the Trump campaign is that there were contacts between Russian intelligence operatives and Trump
Turned out to be a lie.
operatives.
Oh,
When you have contacts
Come on, Lindsay.
going on,
Come on, Lindsay.
that does light up a flag.
Come on,
on a
Lindsay.
counterintelligence
Say something.
front.
Say something.
And I don't see how anybody could disagree that that's the case. But
Say
when
it,
you have a campaign making its internal campaign policy to try to say either, well, Biden's too close to China and you can't trust him, or Trump's too close to Russia and you can't trust him, I don't think the FBI has a lot of business interfering in that type of public campaign political debate. And I would bet you that if the FBI was looking at what the Trump campaign said about Biden with respect to China and whether they had a strategy to try to tie Biden to Trump,
Really?
you would
Trump. He said
Really?
Trump.
with irritation and anger that the FBI had taken that step. And yet here you're excoriating the FBI for staying away from taking that step with respect to an internal political strategy of the Hillary campaign. Right? I don't see how that gets you to
It's all
either
confusion.
criminality
It's
or
all confusion.
Yeah, he's just using big words now to try to get stuff out.
Yeah.
with a foreign
He's beating a dead horse too.
He had to figure out the word power.
Yeah.
So that's my,
Yeah.
you keep asking this question. There's my answer.
Well, let me give him my reply to your answer.
Here it comes.
Senator Lee.
Come on.
In this case, there was no criminal investigation opened. It was all counterintelligence based on a conversation by the Australian ambassador of the United Kingdom with Papadopoulos in a bar, and we got the tapes. And Papadopoulos said on tape, "No, I'm not working with the Russians. That'd be treason." They used that snippet to open up what now is called Crossfire Hurricane in the Mueller investigation. I guess what the one thing you're overlooking here is that the Steele dossier was prepared by Christopher Steele, who was on the payroll of the Democratic Party.
Boom.
He was working through Fusion GPS that was being paid by the Democratic Party. He created a document that was a bunch of garbage. The State Department calls over to the FBI and says, this guy wants Trump not to win in the worst way. Bruce Orr and a bunch of other people warned the FBI that the Christopher Steele document is suspect at best. The CIA informs the FBI that it's internet rumor. So this is a situation where if the Clinton campaign, in fact, created this impression that Trump was working with the Russians through Christopher Steele, who was on the payroll, that, yeah, maybe that makes it all make sense. Maybe that explains that this dossier was prepared by a political person, by a person on the payroll that was used to get a warrant against an American citizen. This is the first time I know of that opposition research winds up being used by the FBI to get a warrant against an American citizen, a member of the other campaign. I am very sad that the CIA's information about Hillary Clinton signing off on a plan to link Trump to Russia wasn't looked at, because if you'd looked at it, that may have explained Christopher Steele in the dossier. Senator Lee.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. According to Bill Priestup's handwritten notes from the January 24th, 2017 meeting, a meeting that you missed.
We're gonna get on with the show a little bit. I just saw Lindsey Graham up there, and I was like,
yeah, you never know what's
happening. Talking about, you know. Welcome. I didn't get to say that earlier. So I said now. Welcome. Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Rofkin. That's right, Rofkin. We're shooting over there live today. Yeah, they're new. They're new. Yeah, Parler, Cloud Hub, RT. All of you beautiful people, thank you for looking at. We are the news. I want to get that out there. Well, actually, we report on the news. And we're serious about the news. On top of that, we are not here to push any conspiracy. We're not in that.
Expose them,
but we will expose conspiracies. But we're not here to push it. We all voted for Trump. I mean,
well, any sane person would. I'm just saying.
All right.
We voted for Trump,
All right.
but we're not here to get your hopes up or to get your hopes down. We're just going to tell it to you real talk.
Yeah,
right,
because
right. We love America.
Yeah.
And the founding of America.
Yeah. I mean, we voted for Trump, didn't we?
Yeah.
All right.
I thought you knew.
We gave thumbs up.
You
Back me up then. I mean,
you don't know. You better ask somebody.
We gave thumbs up. My thumb looks really short.
Yeah, smart talker. So, oh yeah, I ain't letting that one go.
That was aggressive. PA doesn't stand for Pennsylvania. It stands for passive aggressive.
Wow.
you turned my daughter against me before the show. That was
come on, man. Mic drop's a mic drop.
Yeah, let me have my time.
I'm sorry.
Let me have my enjoyment. I don't get many of them.
Joe, yeah, we for all those that think there's super bias and stuff, look, there's a whole lot. There's a few things. There's a few things I don't agree with President Trump on, but I still voted for him twice.
Mm-hmm.
I was on Trump's support team way before a whole lot of other people, and I lost a whole lot of followers. Well, friends, not followers. I lost a whole lot of friends, and I lost followers later because followers got mad because I wasn't on board with everything. But you know, President Trump doesn't look for somebody who's on board all the time. He doesn't look for yes men. He looks for people that's going to give it to him straight, and that's where a whole lot of people miss out.
Right.
He looks for people who are straight up with him and treat him fairly.
That's not going to stab him in the back.
Right.
You got to watch who you trust now.
You know, we don't have an agenda here. You know, we just
want to get out the news.
Right. And we want to keep, well, actually the agenda yesterday, we want you to be informed. We want you to be motivated. We want you to be educated about what America is and about loving this country and wanting this and wanting a better country. That's what we want.
I'll tell you what, a lot of trolls today in the chat rooms that are bothering our people.
Really?
And yeah, and look, it's fine to have your opinions, but when you're using the F word and you're attacking our actual loyal listeners on there, you're going to the island. And I'm not.
It's just nasty.
We're not playing games today.
And
so especially on Facebook, Arnett Rich, even though you're on our side, you still can't swear like that.
Right.
So yeah, I'm going to call out both. Let's just keep it cool.
Okay. Let's see.
That's a nasty one.
Well, yeah.
Jeez, oh Pete. So for
welcome
all that,
to the island. Welcome.
It goes to show you how ugly the Democrats can be. And I'm not insulting the left. I'm literally just describing them, who they are. Right. And that is who they are. And I think it's going to be poetic justice if and when this comes in and Trump wins, how the left was out celebrating in the streets saying, come on, Trump supporters, let bygones be bygones. They were also crowded together with no masks on at the White House. Nobody in the news said anything. So exactly. So when Trump, let's say he does end up winning this thing, I don't want to hear about masks. I don't want to hear about crowds, and let bygones be bygones. And you know what else is confirmed? That the left is rioting and was rioting because there weren't riots on that night. So it tells us that the left are the ones that are causing trouble.
Right. It's the hate and the anger that you guys are coming at us with. And you even said, vote for Biden and the hate and the anger will stop. So you're going to dial that back. It's going to stop. But then if we find out, and I mean, the reports are saying, we're just reporting on what the campaign is saying. Their lawyers are saying they believe they have found 1.6 million illegal votes. We've got to wait to see it. It's got to go to court. It's got to be reviewed by the judges, and we'll see what happens. But if that's true and it gets flipped, you guys go out and start burning things down again. Really?
Because I tell you this straight up. When I heard that there were six, it's even funny. When I heard there was 600,000 fraudulent names or something in some state. I kind of laughed. I was like, wait a minute, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Now y'all got to prove that one. I mean, I'll go to the edge of the cliff with you. But when you say there's 600,000,
I ain't jumping.
Right, 600,000. You got to show me something now.
Right. And Bill Barr obviously saw something that alarmed him.
Yeah.
There's something concerning there, so he has every right to push it through.
Yeah.
And we got to trust that, and we have to go from there, right?
Now the Georgia guy that's in charge, he came out and I don't find nothing wrong with this statement. I really don't. But he's been getting some death threats. He's been getting some calls to resign because he said this.
We are going to find that people did illegally vote. That's going to happen. There are going to be double voters. There are going to be people who did not have the qualifications of a registered voter to vote in this state. That will be found. Is it 10,353? Unlikely. But every election, as I've said, I think every day at this podium, is imperfect. The issue now is, with margins, we are the winner for the closest in the country at 0.2%. When the margins are this tight, every little thing matters. We understand that there's one side of this country that is ebullient. They're ecstatic. They're in the streets partying. I guess COVID's over. So then you have the other side, which are extremely upset. They're angry. They, in their heart of hearts, know in their gut that something terrible happened and their guy lost and it's not fair. And when you're this close and the emotions run this high, it's understandable. And the president, to a strong degree, has a responsibility to the 70 million people or so who voted for him to say, I'm going to go through all the...
Right. He's going to go through all the legal ways to make sure that everything is on the up and up. And he has that right. Stewart says, you idiots are hilarious. He lost, suck it up. Well, he hasn't lost yet.
It hasn't been called by not one single state.
It's not like they
election.
It's not like they called it and we're sitting here crying about it. We aren't even crying about it. We're literally discussing the fact that they're taking it to court. That's it. We're using no emotion whatsoever. We're just talking about the fact that they're taking it to court. So I don't know what the suck it up part is.
Yeah, he hasn't
What
lost
are they talking about?
I mean, it hasn't even been verified. Y'all are going on a projection by
the media.
Well, yeah, from a whole lot of people. Y'all are going on a projection, but everybody knows that a projection is only one part of the election. It has to be verified by the Secretary of State. The districts have to send in verified tabulations that they've gone over and over and over, and then they have to send them to the Secretary of State, who has to sign off. And then that is sent to Congress.
Anthony Foster, he says, yes, you are crying. No, there's not. I haven't shed a tear in like 15 years. So there's definitely no crying going on here. But you know what I find out interesting?
I'm not even worried about it.
You know what I find out the most interesting part about all this? The left said that when Joe won, there would be peace. The left has gotten meaner. The left has gotten more hostile. They've held in these feelings, so they think they have. And their true colors show. And really what Stewart should be doing, and everybody else in the chat room who's out there saying he lost, suck it up, you should be saying, do a recount, and it won't change the outcome. That's how confident I am Biden won. Right? Isn't that what you guys should be saying?
And same thing with Trump, as you message us in the group. No, if Trump won and Biden was contesting it, I would say all day, contested all day long, look through all the ballots and all the votes, go through it all. And if you are confident, because I'm confident that America really loves America. More people love America than hate America. That's what I'm confident. I'm confident in my candidate. I'm confident in the message. I'm confident in the past 4 years of what he's been able to do in 47 months that Joe Biden had done in 47 years. I'm confident that the people can see that. So I'm cool with going through the votes. Why are you all so upset and nervous that we're going through the votes?
Yeah. I mean, look, like you said, if Trump had won, if Trump had been the projected winner, not the winner, because none of the votes have been signed off. Okay. if Trump had been the projected winner, the Dems would have pissed themselves.
Burn everything down.
They would have sucked their thumbs before they burned everything down. But Wayne, how can you say that? Because they already did it. They did it.
It's proof.
That, and it's because the right owns all the businesses, and the right's not going to burn down their own businesses. The left doesn't own anything.
They were boarding up
I'm joking.
windows because of Biden's win, right?
Yeah.
Boarding up windows because of Biden might win.
Because the left will riot.
Right. There you go. It's that plain.
Bill Barr, like Leah said, enough is enough. Enough is freaking enough. And when you have enough stink that stinks, you got to do something about it. Have y'all ever had something in your house be like, something smells, but I can't find it, but I'm gonna sit down and you be like,
it's somewhere. It's in that garbage can. Get that garbage out of here.
You got to go find it. You got to go find that stink. It's like, God damn, boy.
It's in the refrigerator, man. I'm tearing that thing apart. Freezer, fridge, all of it.
Well, that's where AG Barr is right now. He's like, hey, something stinks.
I tear this apart.
DOJ. John Mike do something about this one because something stinks.
Tonight, Attorney General Barr wants, quote, to appropriately address voting irregularities so that all of the American people, regardless of their preferred candidate or party, can have full confidence in the results of our elections. Hello and welcome to Fox News at Night. I'm Shannon Bream in Washington. We begin with David Spunt over at the Justice Department and that memo from the Attorney General to his prosecutors. Good evening, David.
Shannon, good evening to you. Despite widespread evidence, the Attorney General put out this memo to prosecutors across the country telling them to look and see if there's not just any, but substantial allegations. Attorney General Bill Barr breaking his post-election silence in a two-page memo, writing, while serious allegations should be handled with great care, specious, speculative, fanciful, or far-fetched claims should not be a basis for initiating federal inquiries. Nothing here should be taken as any indication that the department has concluded that voting irregularities have impacted the outcome of any election.
This is a fraud.
Almost 1 week after the election, and votes are still being counted. Not surprising, as this country saw the largest number of mail-in ballots in its history. The president and his allies continue to use the word fraud.
This election is not over. Far from it. We have only begun the process of obtaining an accurate, honest vote count.
White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany, representing the Trump campaign, claimed without evidence Democrats are, quote, welcoming fraud. But South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham claims he has evidence, a sworn statement of a Pennsylvania postal worker named Richard Hopkins, who alleges ballots were backdated before being put in the mail. Democrats, ready to move past the current president and embrace the president-elect, are furious.
Baseless claims by the president and his supporters that there's been widespread voter fraud and that the election was somehow rigged or stolen from President Trump. That kind of rhetoric is extremely dangerous, extremely poisonous to our democracy.
Anytime you got the Joker standing up there.
Wait a minute. Did he just say that kind of rhetoric?
Yeah.
Did he? I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I'm about ready to blow.
Did
you see Nancy Pelosi? Nancy Pelosi won't even say that socialism, she won't even condemn it. They've asked her like 1,000 times. It was headline news today, and you're telling me that's dangerous?
You got to back away. I didn't know Fox News hired Eddie Munster. I'll just say. So I want to throw this out to my uncle. He did a big message to us and to me and to a group of friends. Something I was thinking about, but he put it into words perfectly. Republicans didn't lose. None of their seats were flipped to Democrat in the House or the Senate. Yet you're telling me that everybody that voted straight red down the ticket, you're telling me they voted Biden? That's the problem we have, is that all the Republicans that won, all those tickets would have voted for Trump. I mean, that's just what it is. So now we're starting to find a whole bunch of ballots that only voted for Biden and nobody else. There's some major irregularities there. that have to be addressed. If it's legit,
Yeah.
it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Well,
if it's legit.
It's Common Core math, man.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Follow science, huh?
2 plus 17 equals 3.
Oh, not again.
Yeah.
It's bad. I'm doing Common Core math with my daughter right now. That's what the school teaches, and it's terrible. It is a joke.
Common
It takes
Core
me
math.
takes her 4 minutes to do a problem, and I'm like, no.
So you
You're
take
supposed
the
to know that.
2 plus 17, which would be 2 plus 1
Yeah.
plus 7.
Yeah.
Well, you have to take the 10. You have to take like the
You got to
say
get a teen in there.
say it's the number 17. You have to take the 10 out of the 7 and make it a 10, and then you take the 7 separately, and that's how you get. That's how you have to add first, and then you add the dividend. It's insane. I know, it's insane. It's insane.
That's how you get kids riding in the streets.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I want to just say for the record, if Trump gets us the whole way up to the courts, he wins. And I confidently believe that. That's my opinion. I confidently believe that. I believe that if there's enough proof
Wow.
to get it to the courts,
Yeah.
he wins. And there'll be riots. But this is Trump's last 4 years, and he's not messing around anymore. Go ahead. I dare you to riot. See what happens. Because it's not going to be just tear gas. I'll guarantee you he's out there getting it done.
What's
Whether
gonna
or not
happen,
the
Mom?
states. I think that he'll do the exact same thing he did in Portland. I think he'll just call the National Guard, take care of it in 15 minutes.
What?
I mean, in Kenosha.
It was no, it wasn't taking care of in 15 minutes. We saw those people held up.
You know
in
what
the
I'm
federal
saying.
building.
But
Yeah.
it was taken care of a lot quicker than Portland. And I think that's what I just don't. I think it's
Well,
his
they're
last
back
4
on the
years.
streets though. They're back
Who?
on the street. Portland. They're back on the streets. Causing
Right. And that's what I'm saying. I was talking about
slapping the
Kenosha.
police up beside the head and stuff.
Right. That's why. But are they back on the streets in Kenosha? No, because Trump took care of it. And that's what I'm talking about.
But it's cold.
I just don't think he's going to mess around. It's actually 73 degrees.
I'm going to say,
Is it really?
I'm
Okay, let's do that.
I'm excited for global warming coming to the north. We've got weather. We broke here in Cincinnati. We broke a record on Sunday, broke a record on Monday, tied a record today. I mean, it's just gorgeous. I love we can plant more food if global warming happens. People will be happier. The vitamin D from the sun. It'll be a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 75 here today.
Man, that's a good number.
That's a good number.
I got a question for y'all. I got a question for y'all because I saw something yesterday that I don't know. I wasn't surprised at, okay, but I saw it and I was like, wow, that's kind of new. I don't know. It didn't shock me, but Neil Cavuto cut off Kayleigh McEnany like he was CNN.
Illegal vote.
Well, I just think we have to be very clear. She's charging the other side is welcoming fraud and welcoming illegal voting. Unless she has more details to back that up, I can't in good countenance continue showing you this. I want to make sure that maybe they do have something to back that up. But that's an explosive charge to make, that the other side is effectively rigging and cheating. If she does bring proof of that, of course, we'll take you back. So far, she has started saying right at the outset, welcoming fraud, welcoming illegal voting. Not so fast. We'll have more after this.
Sell your soul to the devil.
That's a CNN move, man.
Yes.
That's a CNN, MSNBC move. Now, if you're going to be like that all the time, with everybody.
Consistency.
You know, okay, fine, but you're doing that. Go ahead.
No, it just
slipping.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Neil Cavuto hates Trump. Let's just call that out. He hates him. The anger and the lies that I heard with my own ears about COVID was very alarming to me. He talked about the nursing homes, but then didn't bring up the fact, about Como and what had happened there. During that entire time, I was very alarmed by what Cavuto said, and that's my opinion. But anytime he can try to get a stab in, to the side, or he can stab Trump somehow one way or the other, he does. And this is one of those passive aggressive ways that he can do it. And he did it. And he loved it. Let's get that straight. And that's what's so concerning. When I watched that happen yesterday, I thought, all he's doing is proving how bad the media does control what we see and what we watch. And the more and more we wait for these results and we wait for everything to happen with Trump, the more we're learning at who really is the crooked ones, who really is controlling us. everything's starting to rise and everything's starting to kind of show its ugly face. And I think we're going to see that more and more as we go on. But Cavuto's got some thinking.
Oh, God.
No. Go ahead.
Our opinions on this show are our own. And we stated, like Leah said, this is my opinion. I believe X, Y, Z. And I'll tell you when I have an opinion. However, we're not wrong when it comes to Trump and Trump's policies of the past. We're not wrong when it comes to the facts and the figures. It's all right there. We're not wrong. You might not like the opinion, but I'll point it out if you guys are wrong. And please point it out if I'm wrong. I don't see us either one. None of us being wrong right now. We're waiting. The numbers haven't been certified. Technically, nobody's won. And so now we're waiting for AG Barr, Trump's lawyers, sift through it all and come to find the answer. And I will, if the answer at the end of the day is that Biden won by cheating. If Biden won,
I see what you did there.
If he won at the
You're
end
a troublemaker. You're
throwing that grenade.
if that's what they say, the courts, the Supreme Court, if that's what they say, it's Biden. I got to walk away. And as a soldier and a warrior, we'll continue to do the show and do what we do and expose the evils of the world. That's all.
Yeah, just be ready for us because if Joe Biden gets in, I'm exposing every little thing he does. I don't care what it is. I'm watching everything. Fine tooth comb, just like y'all did with Trump.
Wait a minute, hold on. He talked about leaving the show.
No.
Oh, I don't think. Wayne.
No. I said we're going to be here on the show exposing the evils of the world.
And I said, yeah, I'm going to go everything with a fine tooth comb. That way I know they're on the straight and narrow.
You talking about leaving the show too?
What's he doing?
Wayne right now might be possibly having a stroke. I'm not sure. There he goes.
Michael says 800 people died at Trump rallies.
Right.
See,
so dumb.
When people
I don't understand.
When people push out information like that, then you know that there are some institutions out there that just don't have a lock and key anymore. So,
all right,
I mean, just
because I could come back and say, well, 3,000 people died 3 days ago when they were celebrating at the White House for Joe Biden's win. Yeah. Mm-hmm. See how that works? Fake news.
I would be a mad car dealer if nobody bought any of those cars everybody was sitting on during Biden's speech.
Yeah, why were they all Jeeps? Could someone just tell me that? Why were they all Jeeps?
Because Chrysler is in the pocket of the government, and I will never, that's my opinion, I will never buy a Chrysler. They did take the money on the bailout. I'd never buy a Chrysler.
I've been hearing some stuff about watermarks. I don't know that much about this thing, but I've been seeing. Oh, Trey Gowdy. Let me say something.
Yeah, you gotta address that.
Let me say something to y'all. I don't know who started it. I don't know why y'all did it. But you're hurting your own cause when you put up a story that says from October 2019. And on top of that, the people that put it up, y'all didn't even go read the story. You didn't read the story.
I know. They got me.
No. And
there were other people too.
And they was all fired up.
Quiet. I'm trying to try it. You don't know nothing about it.
They got me. I slipped on awesome sauce, man.
I was like, when I did get the message, I was like, what, he got fired again? I mean,
it's a Mandela effect.
And then when I clicked on the story, I was like, the first thing I do when I look at the story is I look at the date.
Right.
I look at the date. That's the first thing I do. And when I saw it was October 19, 2019, I was like, why in the world? I mean, it spread like wildfire. And I'm like, this is why we told y'all from this show a couple of days ago, stop sharing stuff if it's not from the Trump campaign, because some of these people are out here because misinformation is turning into a moneymaker. It's turning into a moneymaker. People are making a whole lot of money on your ignorance. And I'm not saying that as something to make you feel bad. I'm not. But they're playing on your ignorance because many people on social media are just sharing headlines. That's it. And with emotional responses. I never liked him in the first place. I ain't gonna watch Fox. But you know what? You don't have to watch Fox, but it ain't had nothing to do with Trey Gowdy because Trey Gowdy has been on Fox all year long. He's still on there.
Right.
And what I'm worried about, what I'm starting to see algorithm wise, I guess you could say, we're getting the fog of war, as I always say. We're getting so much information that's untrue. We don't know what's true and what's false anymore. And I'm seeing people out there, good people, begging, please, where can I find some real news? I just want to know what the news is. It's so hard to find now. And it's tough. It's tough, you guys.
When you guys send me this stuff, these links, you hurt my credibility. You hurt your own credibility. I'm just saying, don't do it. I'm gonna write you off too. Yeah. Like that one right there. You got me early in the morning, and I sent it to Wade. You got me. I'm writing you off for at least a week. I'm writing you off. I know who you are. For a week, you're in the box.
I was like, I looked at that and I was like, I didn't even say nothing to Brian at first. I was like, well, no. Actually, I put up question marks. I was like, what? Again?
Yeah. Mandela effect, man. Come on. You know.
Dang.
Well, I mean,
twice in a year.
That's bad.
We have exploding toilets in Pittsburgh. That literally sums up 2020, doesn't it?
You know what?
Exploding toilets in Pittsburgh.
That stinks.
There's that stink you were talking about. Yeah, 2 portable toilet explosions in 2 neighborhood cities in Pittsburgh. Porta potties exploding everywhere. It's just like, yeah, that's 2020.
Hey, when you drop an M80 down in that tank with somebody in there, ain't no good.
No, I'm dropping an M80.
Oh no good. Get out.
Yesterday afternoon, Kayleigh McEnany got in front of the media and read a long list of inconsistencies based on what they found, alleged inconsistencies based on what they found. And this is just a little snippet of it.
There were 682,479 ballots counted in Philadelphia, in Allegheny County, that there were no poll watchers allowed to watch. It's the job of the media to ask the question why, because all we are asking for is truth, transparency, and sunlight here. That is all we are asking for. And sadly, we are asking the questions many of you should.
Now, just because she says there's 680,000 ballots that weren't watched doesn't mean there's 680,000 ballots for President Trump.
Right.
We could hope so. And look, first off, hey Newsmax, check this out. Stop sending me emails if you're not going to put this show on your network.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, I need something like this.
Don't send me no more emails talking about your ratings soaring after the election if you're not going to answer my request to put this show on your network. And then you're going to tell me what to do. Make sure your marketing messages reaches our highly responsive audience on TV. No. There it is. Okay. I'm sorry. That it's just that we've been pushed out and ignored by so many conservative media outlets. It's not even crazy. I mean,
and then, did we link arms with them? Would you work with them?
Yeah.
And don't get paid?
How's
that? Come on, you got to treat your people right. You got to do right by your own people.
Mm-hmm. But Kayleigh got out there and she did her thing, and I'm proud. She's fighting. She's fighting. She's out there fighting. And then Ronna McDaniel got out there and did the same thing.
So just after a week after the polls closed, Democrats and the media want to ignore these clear irregularities and rush to call states as one and end the certification and canvass process. We're hearing we need to unite. We need to come together. Well, for the thousands of people who spent time and hours going out to be part of this process, who feel disenfranchised, who don't feel like there was transparency, we can't do that unless we search out all these irregularities. Even one instance of voter fraud should be too many for all of us. We intend to ensure that every lawful voter has their vote counted in accordance with the law, that observers are granted the access they are due under state law, and that any irregularities that have occurred, whether by malicious intent or incompetence, are investigated to the fullest extent allowed under the law. We will.
Who fell for it?
That Mitt Romney's niece, by the way, just to let y'all know, that Mitt Romney's niece, she called Mitt Romney out. She's not part of, she's way far from that tree.
Wait a minute. Who fell for it, Lee?
I don't know who that guy is. I was just saying he fell for it. That's not Judge Jeanine's account. He looks like maybe he is a police chief in New York.
Okay.
Oh, it's been deleted.
Yeah, it's been deleted.
Oh, so they didn't even let me send it to you.
No.
Well, it's sent, but it got deleted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody thinks Judge Jeanine's out at Fox, and it's like this rumor retweeting on Facebook everywhere. And somebody with a white check mark just fell for it, but then realized he was wrong and deleted it about 2 minutes after it was up. Yeah, you got to really read between the lines.
Yeah. I mean, some of y'all, and I'm telling you, some of y'all shared information that she was canceled on Saturday night, and we learned to find out that she wasn't even scheduled.
It was just for that day.
It's election coverage.
She was canceled for that day. That's all.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I did some research on this. I saw one, and I couldn't even get it verified. And this was in a news outlet, and I still didn't think it was trustworthy. But it had said that she had an argument with Fox News and wasn't going to be on, and I could not get that verified. So I'm having trouble even finding it. Short of just personally calling her, I don't know what else to do.
You gonna call her?
She's not going to answer for me.
I kept ringing. I didn't even get voicemail.
You got a number?
That kept ringing. It just never picked up. Oh, that's busy.
Yeah,
She must be real busy.
Yeah, she didn't pick me up.
She didn't pick you up either.
What
can we do?
Yeah, what are we gonna do? One thing that we did say yesterday, President Trump isn't going to give up. And what you're watching is Joe Biden. Joe Biden and his people came out and said, "You don't want to transition because we're transitioning, and you don't want to transition. We're gonna talk to our lawyers."
You can play dress up all you want. You can play house all you want. You're not the president. You're not the vice president. I don't care how many pearls you stick on and tell, all these little girls are going to be proud. Well, you know what? Little girls are going to be real shocked when they see what's coming around the bend if y'all don't get in. So you probably shouldn't have got out there on Saturday. You jumped the gun. You got too excited because Fox News called it, and that's not the way it goes. Now we're learning. You've got to wait until it's actually verified. And Arizona isn't even done counting. And last time I saw with my eyes, it was getting really close in Arizona.
Georgia too.
Which could be important. Which could be very important. So again, the Democrats just keep doing it to themselves. They just keep screwing up. They try to take 2 steps forward, and it's not the right way to do it. And then they fall 5 steps back. And I'll tell you, by claiming this, they want, and I have another question too. Is it that the media jumps the gun and claims this and says that he's the winner because they don't mind if civil unrest starts? They set it up like that. So that way, no matter what, Joe comes out, they got the ratings, right? Because what kind of ratings is following Bill Barr around and Rudy Giuliani for the next 2 weeks? Not good. So, hey, let's call it for Joe Biden. We'll really get our ratings up. And then if Joe loses, then our ratings will skyrocket because then Trump's going to be on. We'll cover these riots. Remember, at the end of the day, the news media has to make money, and they only make money if you're watching. And if it's all good news, then it's no news, right? If it's good news, it's no news. So they've got to keep it up. So purposely calling this election, again, just my opinion, would be very evil, but that's what they did. And now here we are. We could go into a tailspin because the left just can't control themselves if it comes out and Trump wins. It just seems all set up to me. And the Democrats debate.
And then they were bringing their experts on, the experts out, so that they can talk about. We've never seen anything like this before. I don't know if they really can do it.
And you created it.
And then when everything gets turned over, when everything gets turned around, then look, they were wrong with the polls. They were wrong with they definitely were wrong with the 20 to 30% blacks and stuff. But
Oh, no, you did. I know you did.
They were wrong with all of it, Wayne.
They were wrong. They were wrong with all of
They
it.
can't even get a hurricane right. They call it Category 4. It rolls into Category 1, turns into a tropical storm as soon as it hits. It's a thunderstorm. Oops, sorry. There's a bolt of lightning, a little bit of thunder. No, it wasn't.
I know.
They can't even call it a hurricane. Why do we trust them now?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. About all this with the media, it's called the Texas sharpshooter theory, where I take a shotgun. And if you don't know, a shotgun can have a whole bunch of pellets in it. So I shoot once, and all those pellets nail the side of a barn. And then I walk up and I paint bullseyes around every single one of those holes. And then I say, hey, look, do you believe that? I hit bullseye on every one of them. This is what the media,
I like that.
This is what the media does with their candidate. So that they can sell it, so that they can win it. And if it really does happen, they say, see, look, we look beautiful. If it doesn't happen, then they scream and yell and say, no, it's all wrong. We were right.
Honestly, I think they probably did think that Trump has a possibility of winning this. They just wanted to feel what it was like to win one time, even if it was fake. You know how fake they are. So they just wanted to feel, let the tears stream. Let's just celebrate this fake win so we can feel what it feels like to win, because we probably didn't win it. But we can set that narrative.
What was his face was crying on CNN?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Just
not
everybody cry it up. No, not
the one that was working with Biden.
Right.
He's got bald head.
Yeah, he has a bald head. Yeah, I don't know his name though. I don't watch that channel. But cry it up, fake it up, enjoy it while you can, because with them, nothing's real, right? They all live in a fantasy world. So why not let's just play pretend and make it feel like Joe won. We can put it on the screen, then it'll be like believing it. Yeah. This is their fantasy world.
So hydrochloroquine is
oh boy, hydrochloroquine has become the Satan. Literally.
Oh, nobody talks about that, don't worry.
I know, but everybody's still using it.
No, they ain't.
Oh, they are.
It's kind of like the Hunter Biden story. Nobody talks about it, but
it's really going. It is going.
China's still using Hunter.
Yes, that's right, Leah. Yes, that was perfect.
Yeah. So Pfizer and BioNTech said their COVID vaccine is more than 90% effective. With that said, there's a reason why I did that. Oh yeah. COVID.
And more positive news in the fight against COVID-19. The FDA gave emergency authorization for Eli Lilly's antibody treatment after data showed the therapeutic reduced the risk of hospitalization among COVID patients. David Lee Miller live for us in New York City with more on this. And David Lee, what can you tell us?
Good morning, Trace. Well, this drug is called bamlanivimab. It was recently used by the former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, and a similar treatment was given to President Trump. The drug works by preventing the virus from entering human cells. It is only for patients with a mild form of the virus. It is not to be used for patients requiring hospitalization or using oxygen. The company, in a press release, said, and I quote, bamlanivimab should be administered as soon as possible after a positive COVID-19 test and within 10 days of symptom onset. By the end of the year, the manufacturer says it expects to have 1 million doses available worldwide. The U.S. has a contract for 300,000 doses at a cost of $375 million. Antibody treatments like this one are considered one of the best ways to treat the virus until there is a vaccine. Yesterday, Pfizer, you might recall, reported an initial effectiveness rate of 90% on its vaccine and said it could seek emergency use authorization from the FDA by the end of the month. And this morning, the Health and Human Services Secretary addressed it.
I ain't taking.
That's $1,233 a pop. 300,000 doses for $370 million. Holy crap. That's huge.
The hitman says, I am not taking it.
I ain't taking it.
Hitman says, nope, not doing it. Well, look, I've had COVID twice. I haven't taken anything. I literally haven't taken anything.
Now,
Wayne, we got it for you. No.
Okay. Just to put this into perspective, 90% effective versus the flu shot that's anywhere from 40 to 50% effective. The measles vaccine is 90% effective.
Measles vaccine worked really well.
I don't have it.
You didn't when you were a kid, right? The
Right.
measles vaccine, will give 2 thumbs up to that vaccine. It did a job.
I didn't have measles.
No, because you had the vaccine.
You
Mumps
got
and
shot.
measles.
No, I
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah. When you were a baby, you got the measles. You got the
I didn't. No, I
MMR.
didn't.
the
No, I
MM
didn't. No, I came from another planet.
Yeah, you did. You sure did.
Ooh.
Planet Zimdar.
Planet, because you're out of this world. Look at that compliment. That was a nice one. I even did the fireworks for you because you're out of this world.
Ba-boom.
See?
Okay.
That's
And then it
sweet.
sprinkles.
That's
down.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're out of this world, Wayne.
All right. That's yeah.
Wayne, you came from Wayne's world.
Oh, different ending.
Yeah, yeah.
Change the ending. Oh, they're gonna get. Oh, this is gonna be all over now. Wayne's World.
Oh, Wayne's World.
All right. That's all right.
Party time.
Party time. Real
Ex-
news. Excellent.
And the end of the month paychecks coming out.
Yeah.
You know they're
What
not
world
coming
do you
out.
live in?
Oh, it's in the mail, all right. It's in the
Yeah, it's always in the mail. It's always something big's
keep
coming.
looking.
Do that.
So I know, Wayne. You say
The
you're
mailman
not,
come yet?
You say you're not taking the vaccine.
No.
Okay. I've always been in the camp.
Audience, who's taking the vaccine as he's talking? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
I want to hear.
I've always been in the camp. I've had enough vaccines in the Air Force. It must have been, I don't know, 100 something. Who knows how many vaccines I've gotten? But this one, I'm driving down the road, listening to the radio. I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess we ought to get the vaccine. Oh, they got me. Then for a split second, I'm like, I should get the vaccine because it's 90%.
No, literally everybody but one person. And the guy that said he is taking the vaccine, his name was the First Purge. So if that tells you anything about who he is, yeah. I mean,
so they say in America, the polling numbers say that 45 to 50% of Americans want a vaccine. But they're saying another half of the Americans won't take it.
Whoa. Say
They're
that
saying
again.
half.
Say that
Saying
again.
half of America wants a vaccine.
A poll.
Yeah, and they'll take it.
Case closed.
They'll take it.
Case closed.
It was done by CNN.
If they can't call a hurricane,
I don't know.
yeah. Are you going to believe a poll, especially after we're in litigation right now because of polls? Don't believe it. Don't believe it.
Oh, when they talk about
Pennsylvania, right? They asked Philadelphia.
Here's what backs it up. Here's what backs it up.
What's that?
We got an entire generation, y'all baby boomers out there. Y'all were showed back in the day that the doctor, they got the polio right. So y'all didn't get the polio, and all of a sudden, all y'all, you started living your life and going crazy. Free love, free sex. Now you need medicine. Free this, free that. Now you need more medicine. You all live and die by the medicine when it comes to the doctors. I know it. I got family members like it, and they're all baby boomers. My point is, y'all think he's a miracle worker, and y'all gonna get the vaccine. I know you will.
Who's
baby
miracle
boomer.
worker?
I ain't getting over it.
All right, any baby boomers in the message say BB and no for vaccine, BB yes. Be honest. Don't go lying. Don't lie.
BB.
Baby boomer.
Baby boomer.
Baby boomers. Okay, that's what you were getting at. All right.
Oh.
I asked. I knew what baby boomers meant, but I was asking what he was saying no to. He said you
no
think your
for
doctor.
Vaccine and yes for vaccine.
I know that, but you had said there was a doctor that they think is God or something, and I was
they
asking
think that
who's
all
the
doctors.
doctor. Okay, that's what I was trying to
all-
clarify. I didn't know if you were talking Fauci or who.
Oh no, they're believing all of that. All of they're thinking that the doctors. I got to tell some of these
Papa Hannah
folks,
says baby boomer no.
I said if you, I know Wayne's gonna get mad at me, but it's not about you, Wayne. It's not about Lee. It's not about anybody else. I know people that I tell them to change their lifestyle, and you won't have to take this medicine, and they tell me,
whatever, man.
well, it's just easier to take the medicine. You're living wronger. I'm just cut it out, guys.
Hey, guess what though? You can eat all the fruits and vegetables you want. You can exercise all you want, and you're still gonna die.
Eventually, yeah. Yeah, you will.
No, I just walk away with God.
There you go.
Same difference.
I'd be like Enoch. I'll just walk away with God. Republican-led Michigan legislature to hold hearings on election fraud claims. So keep your eyes open for that one. In Nevada, a whistleblower says workers were instructed to process illegitimate.
Illegitimate.
Thanks, teacher.
I like you said at the beginning. I'm just reconfirming.
I don't know.
I'm just reconfirming what you said.
No, I didn't say it. You said it.
I don't have a microphone in here. Dang nabbit. I use my keys. She got a key drop.
I didn't even read the rest. Oh, there you go. Over 71 million Americans voted for Donald Trump in 2020.
Ain't that cool?
A lot of Americans.
Isn't that cool?
That's huge.
That
is huge. You can't just shut them up.
I don't ever think I've seen a presidency be lost if you won Florida and Ohio.
And Ohio. And all the ones in the middle.
And Texas.
Yeah.
I don't think that's ever been done.
You know what bothers me the most other than Pennsylvania?
That's how that
what keeps me up at night, honestly, is Michigan and Minnesota. I'm still trying to understand that. I really hope they really look deep into Michigan and Minnesota. Something just isn't right there. And Arizona.
But think about it. Michigan and Minnesota both have high Muslim communities.
Yeah.
I mean, I call Minnesota Muslim soda.
Not Minnesota. I'm sorry. Wisconsin. Michigan and Wisconsin. Minnesota, I had blue. Okay. Wisconsin and Michigan, it bothers me. Not Minnesota. Sorry.
Dearborn, Michigan is little Beirut. It literally is Saudi Arabia, Beirut, Middle East.
Right. And Trump barely won Wisconsin last time. He didn't really blow her out.
Yeah.
He was surprised that he won Wisconsin. You remember that? Trump was surprised that he won Wisconsin. So, I just think all states should be up for grabs every election. Well, you texting your jail partner or something?
It's not me, man.
Okay, all right. Leah, you texting your jail partner or something?
Not me, man.
Oh. Okay, well, I must be texting my jail partner.
That's Wayne. That's Wayne. I mean, that's Brian typing. I heard him.
That's not me, man.
He's got really heavy fingers to type that loud.
No, that's not me, man. Delicate fingers.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got to roll. I want to thank you, everybody, for watching. Make sure that you follow us on the social media programs if you can. Periscope. I don't know if you knew this, but you can donate with Super Hearts. You can help us to continue to provide you with real news here on Periscope. Patreon members, you can pledge $5, $10, $20, $50 a month. And the great thing about Patreon is you can change it every month. It's based on your budget. So
you can customize it for your budget, which is a really nice thing. My friends actually do it, and she's always customizing it. I always see her changing it. So it's easy to do.
We also have
what's my favorite?
You can download.
Yep, this is my favorite. So you can download it. You can just type in the Wayne Dupree Show podcast and download it from there. You can watch the current show. You can also watch previous shows. You can also chat with us too in the chat room. You'll see once you download it how to chat. And then when we're taking calls into the studio, you can call in as well. There's also local traffic and weather. And it's all free to you. Thanks to our Patreons for donating. We're able to provide you this for free. It's not free for us, but it is free for you. So make sure you check it out.
All right.
No Republican candidate has won the presidency without winning Ohio.
I told you. Yes, that's what I said. When Florida goes red, it takes Pennsylvania and Ohio. That's why the math just doesn't sit right. There's definitely something. I don't know.
The most important states: Pennsylvania, Iowa, Indiana, Ohio. Yeah, those are the most important states for Republicans.
Yeah,
You need me?
Going to be some thinking on this one. He's going to get it to the courts.
Huh? Yeah.
What's going? You're over there typing, talking to people.
Oh man, you can put that typing on me.